Welcome to the Dawg and Gus Show, now on Feel It Radio.
Hey, what's up, Dog?
Not much, Gus. You?
Not much. Just seeing what's going on today. What do we got going on?
You know what we got going on.
Yeah, I know.
We have Mr. Dallas Alexander joining us today. He's going to chat with us about his music and such.
Nice. Hey, Dallas, what's going on, man?
Not too much. Happy to be here.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Yeah, I was listening to your album. Is it a live album?
Yeah, it's a live album.
Yeah, I figured it was, but I just wanted to make sure.
What gave it away? The applauding?
Yeah, but you never know. Maybe the people in the recording studio are really stoked about it.
We tracked that applause, yeah.
Could have been. Could have had that piped in applause like in the sitcoms.
Yeah, the big sign on the wall, you know?
Yep.
So, when did you start playing music? Like, when was your first guitar, or what was your first instrument?
So my first guitar was my backup guitar to this one, and I think I got it when I was about 17 or 18 years old. I didn't do much with it for the last 20 years. I really started playing and really getting into it about 3 years ago, which, if you look at the last 3 years, is a very convenient time to get into live music.
Yeah.
That's the good timing, yeah. That's the best timing. Hey, we got this COVID thing. We can't go out anywhere and do anything. I think I'm going to start playing music.
Yeah.
I want to play live music. No, you can't.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was a few years ago that I wanted to get after it and learn as many songs as I could. I went to a couple open mics first to see what it was kind of all about. And they're like, yeah, you need like 3 hours of music to play in a bar. It's like, I got some songs to learn because I could play about 3 or 4 songs at that time. And then went home and started learning as many as I could for that.
That's cool. Yeah. Yeah, like, so I would imagine, and then also with COVID, you're not doing many open bars, like, or open mics.
Yeah, like it was just before it all kind of started, so I guess it's more than 3 years now. Man, the last few years have been a blur. I guess like probably around later part of 2018, I was like, that's it, I want to play music, and I started gathering songs and going to as many open mics around town as I could. And then when I was ready and booked a few shows, everything shut down.
Yeah, of course it did. Now, when you're talking learning music, you're gonna do a lot of covers to start, right?
To start, yeah, I was writing songs, and I was trying to write as much as I could, but I definitely didn't have much ready. A couple that were like, okay, those could use some work, and then just a shitload of covers, because, like I said, I talked to some bar managers. I was like, what does it take to play here? And we have most places that I found are about 3 hours of tunes. I could play about 15 minutes. I was like, so I'm allowed to repeat songs?
Yeah.
No.
This is my second version of the first song.
Yeah, exactly.
Take 3. No, so they dropped the bomb that I needed to learn 3 hours of different songs. So then I was like, let's get to work.
Now, in an open mic, is it just like what you want to do, or is it like it just people just shout out what they want to hear?
Oh no,
no, it's just
you
basically
can only play a couple songs. You can't take requests.
Okay,
unless I got really lucky. Like, can you play that one song?
That one song that you know?
I would have to plant people.
Yeah,
that's the way it's done. Right?
That's what I was gonna say. Is you should get a couple people to show up and then just sort of say, "Play this," Like,
that's obscure, but I love that song. Sure, I'll play it.
Hey, I know that one.
Yeah.
So,
cool.
like, like if you were to say an inspiration to that album that you put out, was any of your, Métis heritage come through? Was it from your time in service? Was there anything that kind of?
Yeah, a lot of everything. So I grew up on a Métis settlement in Alberta, tiny little place called Fishing Lake Métis Settlement, and so a lot of the songs I write about are from growing up there, and then there's also a bunch from my military service. And then just other things in life, good times and bad times. And I find country music's really good for both.
Yeah, they're kind of okay for that, I guess,
I love country music. I really do love country music.
Well, we both do.
Yeah.
And apparently so does Dallas.
I also do.
Who's your favorite?
Oh, wow. Favorite country music artist is Jamie Johnson.
Nice.
Great choice.
Yeah.
Very good choice.
Yeah. And we were listening to some Coulter Wall. You like him?
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah. I love his voice. He's just got like such a deep
voice.
It's
crazy. I didn't only discovered his music. I mean, it was a while ago now, maybe like 5 years ago or so. But as soon as I heard, I think it was "Sleeping on the Blacktop" was the first song I heard that he played, and I was like, how the hell have I never heard this before?
Yeah, seriously, right?
And then, I really got into his stuff.
It's a great tune.
That's what's happening with us too. Is like, how have we never heard of these people before?
Yeah.
And now we had a discussion before you showed up. I'm liking his music, Coulter, but I'm not a big fan of his version of Big Iron, Marty Robbins tune.
Yeah.
Because I'm a big Marty Robbins fan. So I'm just
Okay.
like, no, Coulter, it doesn't do it for me. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So if we ever have him on the show, I apologize ahead of time.
Well, you'll probably have to. I think you should listen to it a few more times. I think you're just being.
Nope.
Yeah. Exactly.
I will not listen to it.
Yeah.
This will
I
not
think
happen.
he's definitely like, there's a reason that he doesn't like it. Only Marty Robbins can play that song.
There's a question when you're doing covers. I feel that there's certain covers that should not be covered.
Okay.
Or, you know what I mean? Like, Man in Black by Johnny Cash should never be covered by anybody else, ever. My opinion.
Yeah, I could see that. Unless there's like some reincarnated version of him that comes and you're like, this guy is Johnny Cash.
There's not going to be another Johnny Cash. There won't be another Waylon Jennings.
Okay.
That's true.
Or Merle Haggard.
Okay.
Or,
Will and Son plays. He's amazing.
I know, but
Sure,
I mean,
yeah.
that's a little different. But I mean, so if Johnny Cash's son covers Man in Black, I might be okay with that.
It's true. I understand your point.
What about his like great grandson in 12 years?
It has to be the first generation after him. Right?
Yeah, that's right. That's it. Roseanne Cash can do it. I don't have a problem with that.
Okay, here we go.
The genes are watered down.
Personally, I think cover songs, like doing a cover song, and I'm sure Dallas would probably agree with me, to be honest, is actually attributed to the fact that you're kind of giving homage to the actual artist.
I get that.
Yeah,
but there's certain songs that shouldn't be, and I'm steadfast with that, man. I'm not changing my mind.
I'd like to see that list of songs.
Well, I'm going to write one.
Yeah,
there you
That's
go.
It. Big Iron is at the top with
Really?
Man in Black.
Oh yeah, okay. Well, I like Coulter Wall's version, to be honest.
Nope.
Yeah, well, too bad.
Sorry, Coulter. Anyway, that was just kind of digressing. You got a question for the man?
Yeah, sure.
Well, I come down from my little rant.
What was the role of the music prior to when you were 18, getting that guitar going, and like what was the role in your life? Was it big?
Music has always played a big role. I've always loved it. Like sang along to every song on the radio my whole life. When I first got a guitar, I was inspired by people playing at the campfire. I was like, that is a lot of fun. And where I grew up, it was a big thing. Just campfire by the lake. Seemingly everyone could play guitar and sing. So I got it and like learned 3 chords, and I was like, oh, I can play 4 country songs now.
3 chords and the truth.
Yeah,
Like
and
Big
so that was kind of the inspiration. I could play Big Iron.
Yeah, I'm sure you can.
I actually don't know how.
You're not doing it tonight, that's for sure.
That's all it was just to play by a campfire. And it would be like the guitar would sit in the corner for 6 months at a time where I wouldn't even touch it. And then I'd be like, oh, yeah, I think I still remember how to play this song. And then put it down for another 6 months or whatever.
Yeah.
So was the family like music oriented as well? Like, is that where you got
well,
the...
so what really, there was kind of a combination of things that really sparked me like taking it as seriously as I do now. And it was, my brother was into music, and he recorded. He had a recording studio in his basement and stuff like that. He died in 2018 at 39. So we'd like, because I'd like sing at a campfire and stuff, he's like, oh, we got to record a song at some point. And I was like, yeah, that would be awesome. It's like, I don't have any songs. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think I want to come record a cover song. So we just kind of put it off. And he passed away, and I was like, fuck, we never got to record. So it was just something that I was like, I think now's the time. Like, I don't need to put it off anymore. We'd chat about it, and I was also inspired by a trip to Key West and seeing like the live music that they have there and the talent everywhere, and how much fun it looked like it was playing live music to people. So like those things kind of collided, and I was like, time to do it.
And that was it back in 2018.
Yeah, that was like 2018. Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny how that happens, and I think you're paying homage to your brother a little bit, you know?
Totally.
Yeah, good for you. I'm sorry to hear about your brother.
Well, thank you. Yeah, he's just like inspired for a lot of, pieces of songs and like merchandise, and that little bird on a pick is a jaybird, and my brother's name is Jay, so it's like everything is kind of
Connected.
Yeah, connected.
Good for you. I lost a brother also, so I understand it's not an easy thing.
No.
Yeah, that's cool that you're. Yeah, I find that I do things for him as well that are my own, and you have your own, and that's great. That's great.
Yeah.
Like, what's if you were to say of your tunes that you write, what's your favorite? Which one stands out the most for you? I know they're all labors of love, but what's your?
I don't know. Some of them I write I don't like.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah, I can't wait to replace that one. When I was like playing songs that I'd written, I'm like, it's good enough to play, but once there's better songs, I'll get rid of it. My favorite one, I don't know. I think one of the first songs I wrote is called "To a Hero," and it's a lot about. It's broken down to the first verse is about my grandpa, and the second verse is about a buddy of mine that died in Afghanistan, and then it's kind of a message about continuing to live after you lose, a hero, and what you can do to not waste it, I guess, or to at least continue to live your life as best you can. So that one I like. I think I hear it and I'm like, there's some work to do. I think more musically than anything, but I do like at least the lyrics and the message that I wrote in that song.
Yeah.
Cool. Now, of the covers that you do, what's your favorite one to do?
Or is it just kind of a mood thing?
Yeah, probably a mood thing. I think probably "In Color" by Jamie Johnson.
That's a great
I
tune.
love that song.
It's such a good song, yeah.
It's like, because I love that you have I had such a close ties with my grandfather, and that I have a great photo of him in black and white.
Yeah.
And the song where he's talking about, like, you should have seen it in color.
Yeah.
Just killer. Like, such a good
Yeah,
song.
so good.
It's emotional, actually. It's an emotional
Absolutely.
song.
It's a very emotional song.
And when I'm like in the zone and playing it, I can feel, you
Yeah.
get like tingly, and I'm like, this is a fucking great song.
Yeah, I got to get through this song.
Yeah.
Well written, and, just because he's put all of his heart into it.
Yeah.
Well, and just his voice, too, right? With
He's
that.
a great voice.
He's got an amazing voice, so.
Yeah.
Well, good. That's a good choice. You didn't say Big Iron, so that's good.
Well, he's going to learn it for you, bro, and then he'll send you a
Yeah,
copy.
that's right.
And then you can approve it or not.
Man,
Go right-
Please don't do that, Dallas.
Yeah, I'll write to his trash. I'm not even going to listen. Send it in the trash.
Yeah. What?
Yeah.
Immediately into the garbage.
Garbage.
And then retrieve it a little bit later and say, okay, I'll give it a shot, and then not listen to it. What do you got?
Oh, what do you mean?
I just asked a question. It's your turn. We take turns.
I know.
That's how this works.
So, if you had a place to perform in Ottawa or anywhere that you have performed or you'd like to perform which one would it be?
Well, actually, right now I'm just starting to plan a show. I think for April, but there's a venue, a theater at the War Museum. And the name of the theater, I can't remember what it is.
Ottawa
It's the one in
Yeah,
the
it's
War
one
Museum?
here. Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
that's a pretty cool
it's
little
like
place.
a 200-seater theater, I think.
Yeah.
So we're gonna start to try and plan for that place.
Cool,
I think it would
cool,
be
man.
really cool to
Yeah,
play at the War Museum, and then it's big enough that it'll be busy, but it's small enough that I think we could also fill it.
That's the thing, right? It's an intimate venue.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to work with the ALS Society. We would do our walk from there, so we would use that room for things. Yeah,
Nice.
back in the day.
Nice. It's probably a good venue. Like,
Yes, it's a very nice venue.
I like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Plus, with your history,
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Yeah,
really
it's
kind of-
perfect.
yeah.
Right? That's a perfect connection.
What are you up to playing Gus a tune, Dallas?
Yeah, sure.
Do it.
It's up to you.
Let's do a tune.
Yeah. What are you gonna play?
I think I'm going to play one. So I'm talking to the mic here. I think we're going to play one that has recently just been written. Sort of. It's recently been altered to a song that I like. So I wrote this song in like the key of D major, like a lot of country songs are. And I was like, I kind of like it. And then I just tried it one day in a D minor key, and I was like, now I really like it. So this is and I do this a lot with all my songs where I'm like, if it's just not quite sitting, I'll change the key or tempo or try and sing it differently or try and sing it and pretend I've never heard it before and what would I do with it. And I think they just keep evolving that way. It's called 24-Hour Heartbreak Saloon. As my buddy actually was just at my house, and he's like, "Oh, you're going to do a podcast?" Yeah, he's like, "You got to play this song." Yeah.
So there
This
you go.
one's for Donnie.
Oh,
Donnie.
shout out Donnie.
Wait, am I going to start anytime?
Whenever
Whatever you'd like.
I wish there was some place that I could go where I got the promise to never be alone. These bars all have the last call, and my friends, they ain't home. I wish there was some place that I could go with a heartache this big and a bottle this small. I don't think I'm ready to deal with it all. Need a 24-hour heartbreak saloon where they never have last call and play country tunes. And she walked out of my life, nearly broke down, drowned in my heartache in every bar in this town. And sooner or later, they all closed the doors, and I was left playing guitar at home on the floor with a heartache this big, a bottle this small. I don't think I'm ready to deal with it all. Need a 24-hour heartbreak saloon where they never have last call and play country tunes. Yeah, they never have last call and play good old tunes.
Good call, Donnie.
It's fantastic.
That was awesome. I like that line.
Which
The
one?
whole song.
Which
I
one?
can't remember the line now because it's just
The part where they play
Yeah.
country tunes all the time?
yeah
24 hours?
All the time.
all the
Yeah.
time,
Yeah.
24/7.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic. Thank you.
I got one for you. You're a big country guy. What besides? I'm not going to let you say in color, but what is a country tune that you wish you had written?
Ooh.
Anything?
I'd say Empty as a Drum by the Turnpike Troubadours.
Nice. I like the Turnpike Troubadours.
Yeah, that's why I hesitated when I said Jamie Johnson. I was like, he's my favorite artist,
Mhm.
but I think my favorite band is
fair enough.
Turnpike Troubadours or Whiskey Myers.
Yeah, they're huge right now.
Yeah.
They're trending all over my Facebook page for some reason.
Whiskey Myers?
Oh, yeah?
yeah.
Nice.
I don't know why, but they are. But I like the Turnpike Troubadours. I do.
Because the government's listening. No, I'm just kidding. Sorry.
Whiskey Myers is listening.
Well, no, sometimes I think that you do say something and then it sort of picks it up and then goes from there. No?
Oh, yeah, now you'll be hearing a lot more of them.
Oh, it's just like there's
Now that you
fan
said it,
fan
yeah.
pages, right? Like with seeing Whiskey Myers here, seeing Whiskey Myers there. This is my favorite Whiskey Myers song. I'm like, okay,
I'm going to listen to them.
they're actually pretty good.
Oh, no doubt. I mean,
Yeah.
So what's your favorite part of the creative process? Is it sort of is it euphoric? Is it like sort of you kind of...
I think I like that it seemingly comes out of nowhere. I don't know. I go to write a song, like could be going for a walk or a drive, and it's just like, oh, an idea. And then and no matter how many times I've tried to like, it's impossible that I will forget this idea. If I don't like write it down or make a voice note right away, I don't give a fuck how good it is. It's like, it will disappear in 10 or 20 minutes.
No
So
doubt.
like that it comes out of nowhere and then it like turns into something in the real world. It blows my mind. I don't know. That part's my favorite, I think.
Yeah.
That's an answer we get a lot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just like taking something and creating it, right, making
Yeah.
it your own, which is awesome. I mean, I wish I had that talent. I don't.
Not entirely.
Well, that's okay. Yeah, but not for music. Like not for writing a song. I'd love to write a song, but I just don't have the.
You say that, but
I do say that.
You
I
probably
just
had
did.
a million ideas that.
I do. I have one. I have one. One really big one.
And I'll never forget it.
I'll never forget.
I better write that down.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's a good thing about technology today too, right? You're walking with your phone, and you're like, "Oh my god, I just got this," blah, 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 and it's there, right?
Oh, yeah.
You're not like searching for a piece of paper and a pen anymore. It's just, and that's what we get from a lot of the folks we talk to. Yeah, I just put it in a voice memo. I sing a little bit of it, and then we go from there.
Yeah.
So
I'll do it everywhere. I'll be like on a plane. I'm like, oh my God, I'll go down, like hum it in my phone, say a couple lines, and then, okay, I've got it. I can relax, and the people beside me think I'm weird, but
yeah,
Well,
and I'm a musician. Oh, enough said.
yeah, makes sense.
And,
we
and
get it.
everything's just been explained now.
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Well, let's. I mean, you're right. It is very handy to have that right
Yeah.
in your hand, right?
I mean, there
People always had pens and pads, but like to have the sound that you want too, I think is kind of cool.
Yeah, and that's like sometimes I'll write down a lyric or like a few lines, and I'm thinking of it a certain way. But if I don't capture on a voice memo or something, like a melody in it, like that's out the window. And I'm like, oh, how was I? I don't remember how I was singing this.
What the hell was this all about again?
Yeah,
Was I drunk when this happened?
Yeah, most of the time, like, yeah,
Whiskey,
Whiskey,
got me again.
and wild, wild women. Cool.
Is there an artist that you would love to collaborate with, alive or dead? Somebody random?
alive or dead.
Yep, doesn't matter.
Oh well, Johnny Cash. If
Of
you gotta
course.
pick anyone.
Yeah,
yeah,
he's a special guy.
yeah.
I loved his story.
He is the guy.
No, but he's he's a special.
Oh, I know.
person.
I know.
Yeah,
I would just like to sit and talk to the man. That'd be like
Yeah,
the coolest
even
thing
that.
ever.
That could be
That'd
the
coolest thing ever.
I
could
think
be
I
the
just loved his
collaboration.
morals, and I love the fact that there was reason behind everything. You know, like why he wore black, and
Yeah.
if you don't like if you don't like our flag or you're burning a flag, I'll mess you up. You know,
Yeah.
like things like that. Like I just really enjoyed. I like how he was a lot like my grandfather was very much the same way. He was very moral, and like stood strong on those morals, and
Yeah.
I love that about him.
Well, that's an Aaron Tippin song, right? You got to stand for something, you'll fall for everything.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Cash was like that, right? He was very invested in what he believed in, and good for him. Like he wasn't swayed by music producers saying, "No, Johnny, we would like it." No, sorry, this is my song. I'll do it
Yeah.
my way.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't like that? Well, then, okay, I guess we're parting ways. So yeah, it's pretty cool. And he inspired a bunch of people to do the same, right?
For sure.
Or they were already minded like that and saying, "Hey, Johnny's doing that. I'm going to start doing that too."
Yeah.
And that's the whole outlaw country came about because they said, "Screw you, Nashville.
Yeah.
We're going to do it
Are
our
you
way."
an outlaw country guy?
Well, I mean, yes. If Johnny Cash and
He
Waylon
is.
Jennings
And Waylon
and like
are
those
both in
guys
there,
are
yeah.
all outlaw country,
Yep.
then absolutely. Yeah.
Who would you say this is the newest, like newer style outlaw country, the new artists?
I would say guys like Cody Jinks are doing crazy big things without necessarily radio time and play, and without seemingly ever stepping foot into Nashville scene. And I saw him post a picture like a month or so ago. I think he was playing with Luke Combs, and like he's playing to like 60,000 people.
Mhm.
He's like, all of this is because people love his music. Like
Yeah.
he tells the truth, and it's like it's so legitimate. People connect with it, so
It's
they wanna
relatable.
go.
Hey, Doug, want some hot sauce for your tacos?
You brought your own hot sauce?
Damn right. Have you tried Gringo's Sizzling Nirvana? It'll change your life.
Nice. Are there other types of sauces?
Absolutely. There's different hot sauces for different palates, incredible barbecue sauces, red pepper jam, and salsa. All of them use fresh ingredients, and it can be delivered to your door.
Hey, how do we get some?
Go to www.gringosblazingsauces.com and order some.
Gringos, blazing sauces.
Bring the fire to your food. 3 off. What's your most useless talent?
Running through the list of talents in my head, and I'm like, it's actually not that long.
Oops.
Which ones don't I need?
Maybe it's just a party favor. You pull it out at parties. Hey, guys, this is what I can do.
That's true.
I'm going to come back to that one.
Yeah.
All right, let's
Yeah,
do
yeah.
that later then. We always ask the question because of where we are now in technology and stuff. How do you feel about all the music streaming? I know for an artist, it's not the greatest for like to monetize it and stuff, but just to get you out there.
Yeah, I think like there's arguments for monetization and how much artists get paid versus, you know, the top people in that company, let's say. But I think it's good. I think overall it's a good thing. It gives people access to music that they would never otherwise have. You know, where there's historically a gatekeeper of some kind of thing, like, here's the CD, and you've heard it on the radio, and we're pushing it to you, so you have to listen to it, or you travel around, or like all these other ways of finding stuff. But it was a lot more difficult. Now, like with streaming services, there's so many artists that I've personally discovered, and I love their music, and I become a fan, and like I will buy a record, I will order a T-shirt, I will go to their show, and that brings that artist more income. Sure, they didn't get paid for the 1,000 times I listened to their songs, but like I will become a fan and support them.
Yeah,
and I think like even for this live album that I have out, it doesn't get played on any radio, and the streams that I have are just like it's discovered because of you know, a mix of social media and things like Spotify and Apple Music.
Yeah,
and now like I just got like the end of 2022 Spotify whatever it is.
Yes, we were talking about that earlier.
Yeah, so I'm like, oh wow, there's like I think it was on like 75 people's top artist. And I was like, well, one, you need to find some better artists, but thank you.
Yeah, that's cool.
But I'm like, who are these 75 people that listen to my tunes that much? It's amazing.
Yeah,
and I like,
it's fun, right?
Appreciate the hell out of it. But that would never happen without Spotify as a platform. People can search and what sounds like this or who like.
Yeah, agreed. And it's fun because that's how I discovered the Troubadours. Listening to something else, and he said something else you might like, and I was like, okay, oh, I like that song, Diamonds and Gasoline. Oh, that's a great tune.
Yeah.
Oh, I like this one. Oh, I like you know, and then you kind of go to the next group, and it's like Whiskey Myers. Okay, now I'm listening to them. It's like, oh, these guys are pretty good. Yeah. But you're right, and it's exactly that's you know, if that was all it was used for, it'd be a good thing. But it's just the monetization that. Because we talk to artists all the time now, and it's frustrating to us, to me personally, when you're working so hard to do this, and they're like, yeah, that's worth this much.
Yeah,
it's like, well, that sucks.
Less than a penny for a download.
Yeah, was it
or
like
something.
exactly
0.003 cents or something per stream?
And that's why we kind of push when we talk about like go out and see him, go out and buy his CD, buy a T-shirt, buy this, because that helps the artist more than listening to the music.
Yeah,
unless you buy the CD.
Totally. Yeah.
I think on that though, I think that artists don't do it for. I mean, monetizing is great, but I don't think that they're happy to put it out there and have people listen to it. To have 75 people like saying that you're their top artist is amazing. And like you said, I think that even though you're getting less than pennies on the dollar, your music's getting out to people, and I think that's what it's all about. Like,
yeah, I agree.
You know, being a huge star, wonderful, that'd be amazing, but. You know, you're doing something that you're passionate about, and you're putting it out for everybody to see and listen. You know,
for sure. Yeah, I agree. It's funny. There's a band called 49 Winchester, and this year, so I only discovered them because of that. Like this playlist, this song, like you might like this, and I did, and so I got like my fan Spotify wrap up of the year, and they were my most listened to artist, only because of discovering them.
Nice.
Like this through this process.
Mine is somebody who's on the show before, Amanda Rayom, because apparently I played the crap out of her new album.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I love it. So good.
Do you know her?
No, I don't.
She's Métis also. Not that you guys all know each other, but like she was a friend of mine. She is a friend of mine that we got to interview as like our second artist.
Oh, nice.
And she's wonderful. I think you'd like her music.
From Ottawa?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, I'll check it out.
Yeah. The new album is spectacular.
Yeah, it's very heritage driven and really wonderful. Actually, it's a really well done album.
Right on, I'll take a listen.
And the girl can sing.
She can sing. Yeah,
she's a good singer.
She's really fun too. Really,
and a really nice person. And really, it was such a fun time on that podcast talking to her. And
yeah, well, you were so nervous.
I was so.
And then,
listen, I get all bent out of shape because you guys like you. I wanted to play music. I don't know how, and I can't mentally. I can't get myself to do it because I squirrel. So anyway, I get a little intimidated when I get, like, especially like Amanda's been around for 15 years doing her thing, and she's got albums out, and that just kind of like. So I was really nervous, and James was like, "Don't worry about it, man." I'm like, and then she went and did something really silly at the beginning of the show, and it's like,
Yeah, she kind of broke the ice right
Oh,
away.
big time.
I
Big
think
time.
she probably. I mean, her and I have been friends for years, but like probably felt the nervousness of Dawg, and I was like, okay, let's just break the ice here. She's just very aware. She's smart. And
Yeah.
yeah.
It was wonderful.
Is there a type of music that you're not really a fan of?
Yeah, there's a lot of times that if I turn on the radio to a country station, I don't enjoy what I'm hearing.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's getting better. Like you're saying, Luke Combs is obviously all over the radio.
Mm-hmm.
Chris Stapleton, like there's really good music now. But for a while, I was like, this is hurting. Like I didn't like country music on the radio, or at least 80% of it, let's say. That being said, I love country music, so that wouldn't be the type of music I'm not a fan of. But I am not a fan of like crazy. I shouldn't say crazy, but like the hardcore like dance stuff.
That EDM,
yes.
and all that stuff.
It's
Yeah,
not really my vibe.
which is fair.
Yeah.
And I kind of agree with your whole assessment of the country music. I find I have a hard time distinguishing artists.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, this is so and so. Okay, and then the next one is like sounds almost exactly the same,
Yeah.
right? And that's that whole Henry Ford production line of country music artists we're going to put out. And it's like, here you go, boys. Here's our production line. This guy, this guy, this guy, this guy.
Yeah.
And they all sound the same because that's what the art or the radio stations want. And it's like, well, where's the individuality, man? They all just sound the same.
Yeah, it's funny how you say that because I love Jason Aldean, but a lot of his stuff was all the same.
Yeah.
And his best stuff is when he's off script.
Yeah.
And then he's so talented.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, why aren't you just...
Because
Well, I think he was also one of the guys that like they took the formula that he had and he did some really cool songs, and then like, oh, that one was really popular.
so let's do more like
We
that.
need more, like everyone to do that.
Yeah.
We need everyone that comes in here. We want another Jason Aldean. And you're like, but you're not, for one. And then it like becomes this indistinguishable song to song.
Well, it was
thing.
like my favorite, not my favorite, but when I like the 90s country.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
So like, when Garth first came out, well, that was the
Oh, yeah.
late 80s. Garth, Steve Earle, Clint Black, Ricky Van Shelton,
I
all
love
that kind of stuff. That's
too.
all that I love all that stuff. But they kind of you're either a hat act or you weren't. You know what I mean? So Brooks and all those guys were all hat acts, and then you had like Travis Tritt, Marty Stewart, who weren't hat acts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's just like, this is stupid. They're just country music artists, and they're all amazing. And it was just such a great time for country music then.
Yeah.
But like I totally agree with the assessment.
See, I like that
now.
too, but I was always an early... I love old country,
Well, same here.
like outlaw country.
Yeah, yeah.
And I like new like country.
yeah.
Like the newest, like Chris Stapleton, Eric Church is like my favorite.
Yeah,
he's great.
And yeah, it's I don't know, the 90s stuff I never connected with.
Oh, I love it. Well,
Yeah.
you were busy listening to other '90s stuff, so like your
Hip-hop,
hip hop and stuff. No, which is fair. I mean, there was hip hop, there was like grunge, there was
Pearl
there was
Jam.
like there's so much stuff out there.
Yeah, I listened to all of that. I kind of liked all of it growing up. And country was almost because of my parents and where I grew up. For a while, I was like, I don't like country music. Well, except for
Yeah.
and then Alec Jackson,
No.
like Garth Brooks and Brooks and Dunn, and then
I love
like
Brooks
Travis
and
Tritt,
Dunn,
and like Steve Earle. My father listened to a lot of that stuff as well, and the older stuff. Like he really is kind of why I listen to Johnny Cash or a lot of CCR actually too, and
Yeah,
Merle
CCR 's
Haggard
great.
and stuff. But yeah, I was feeling the '90s country as well.
Yeah, and the '80s, not so much in country. Islands in the Stream killed it for me.
Yeah, but you know a lot of those songs.
Well, I
Like,
do. I know a
yeah.
lot of it. It doesn't mean I like it.
I remember driving home with you.
Oh,
like,
Jesus, yeah.
singing away. I was like,
We had it on a country radio station. I was singing to pretty much every song that came on.
Dawg has a really good voice. He doesn't show it to everybody, but he has a very good voice.
Yeah.
Get writing some songs.
Yeah,
No.
it's like high pitched.
Yeah, I can. It's.
Hit
I
those
can.
high
I can.
notes.
I can sing with the girls.
Yeah.
And he thinks it's hysterical because
Oh,
we're singing and all of a sudden this hype and I'm just like singing right along with it and he's like,
Well, I was like shocked actually because, looking at you, I didn't expect that.
yeah, nobody does, but that's the thing. I like in the choir. I used to sing in a choir back in the day, but if they put me near the sopranos, I would sing
okay.
soprano.
Yeah.
If they put me near the altos, I'd sing altos. They didn't know where to put me
Yeah.
because I have no idea what to do. So that's why I don't sing.
Fair enough. Yeah. What's your biggest surprise in the last couple months?
Well, I just retired from the military. I sort of wasn't really expecting it, but I was itching to get into music. And now that that's going, I think the biggest surprise is that after loving country music for so long, and now really, like I play a lot. If you talk to my wife, she's like, I play this guitar or sing like all day long. I feel like I have a lot of catching up to do. But I'm going to Nashville for the first time in January. So it's like, I've never been there. Loved country music forever. So it was a very nice surprise to find that out.
Get a set of boots. You better get yourself some boots.
Trust me, there's places down there you can get hats, boots. There's a lot of nice little bars you can go into, and you're going to love it. I was down there a few years ago.
Hit the bars.
Bro. Get yourself some boots.
I went to the Iron Horse.
Your retirement.
The Iron Horse is the big one down there.
Iron Horse. Okay.
Yeah, it's a big bar down there. But then you got all the smaller bars that all the guys that played at one time or another, all the singer songwriters and stuff. So yeah, you're gonna have a good time.
Yeah,
being a country music fan, there's no better place.
Yeah,
unless you're an outlaw country fan, and we won't talk about that.
No. I mean, I like Nashville country. I'm just it's kind of where it came from, and I like Memphis too. So
Memphis was more blues than country. So.
I know, but it was Elvis.
Yes, it was.
Yeah. So I mean, I love Elvis. Do you like Elvis?
I haven't never been huge on Elvis music. I think I like what he did with music. I respect the hell out of that. I've just never really been into his music very much.
Yeah, fair enough. It was a random question.
Yeah, it was just to throw that one out there to throw you right off.
Yeah.
What do you do for fun when you're not playing your music? Do you talk to your wife or,
Yeah, we talk sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes when I put the guitar down.
So now, especially after having retired and my military career is very busy. I was deployed or gone 6 to 8 months a year for like over a decade. So it's like really family time is super important and treasured for me right now. So that's a lot of fun. And I love kind of outdoor anything. So I climb. I love the mountains, being from Alberta. In the wintertime, I'll ski. In the summertime, I'll climb or hike. Camping, anything nature, anything outdoors.
Nice.
Those are the big things.
Nice. Well, you can always bring your guitar with that too. So
that's right.
True. Although, like, skiing and
no, maybe not when you're skiing. While you're skiing, but at après ski,
might have his like target shooting gun with him, but that's about it.
Yeah.
If you like, was there anybody in your family that was sort of a musical influence at all, or was it just sort of you decided? Was it your brother, or was it like?
Yeah, well, I think the influence of just loving music comes from my parents. There was always music on, and everybody always loved music. I had a really good friend of mine growing up. His dad and all of his uncles were all very musically talented, like crazy. Like his dad would play like the steel and like guitar, and everyone was like playing fiddle and like all these just very talented musicians. And that's kind of what inspired me at first to get a campfire guitar, because we would go and just like everyone's playing all of these songs. It was such a fun thing. So that was definitely it. But then the final like nudge was my brother for sure.
Nice.
Oh, that's cool.
What's your guilty pleasure? Like, I'm going to talk music because this is what it's all about. But if we go into your music collection, what's something we're going to find that we wouldn't expect to find there?
You'd probably find like 90s alternative nostalgic stuff. Like, so some of the first concerts I went to were like Our Lady Peace and Silverchair, and in high school I was like really was digging that kind of music, and I will sing along to every one of them.
Nice.
Now they didn't make the Spotify like top 10, but
not lately.
Not this year.
They're
anyway.
in there.
Not this year.
It's funny you say that. I love Silverchair.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
That's why I kind of pointed.
I think we're similar in age, so
They were like my favorite band for a while.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They had that Frogstone tape,
Yeah.
cassette.
Yeah, he's talked about that before.
All right. Sorry to bore you.
Yeah, and it's boring. Because I just know where the other question's going to go now. Because I just, I got a feeling.
Yeah, but we're gonna go that later.
I know.
If you could live anywhere in the world, and are you in the place you want to be living in the world, or is there somewhere that you dream to live?
Oh yeah, I would live in or right beside the mountains in Alberta.
Yeah. Eh?
Yeah.
You think you'll end up there?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
At some point, he's going back.
Yeah, I was here because my military unit was here.
Yeah.
I posted here, and now I'm out and we'll make slow plans to get back out west.
Oh, nice. My nephew moved to Whistler in, it must be, 2015, when he was probably, I think he was 20. He hasn't come home.
Yeah, don't blame him.
No, it's great out there, man. Alberta. I didn't want to come back.
Yeah.
Like my dad was in the military as well, and he's like, "We're being posted to Ottawa," and I'm like, "I'm not leaving."
Yeah.
He goes, "You're 12 years old. You're coming." I'm like, "Fine, fine. I'll come to Ottawa." Yeah. So that was a bone of contention.
Yeah, fair enough.
And the other thing was, he wouldn't.
I really want to move to Calgary too, or or Alberta. Also.
I don't. I'm good here.
Yeah,
It's hard to do the podcast if you go.
Yeah, but no, we could just do it. We'll do it via Zoom. By then, we could probably just do it mentally.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Just like kind of. Hey,
I'm not saying that.
Dallas, you want to play us another tune?
Yes,
You have
do
any
that.
time?
Yeah,
You
let's
down
do
with
it. Yeah, for sure.
Do it. And I'll just fill in the time until he's ready. Da-da-da-da-da.
Play that. Sing that high pitched voice.
No, thank you.
Yeah, if you want to do some backup on this one.
No. I'm good not to. What are you going to sign?
So this song is a bit of a love song that I wrote. It's called "I Really Like This Girl." It's about liking the person that you're in love with, because it's not always hand in hand.
Is that true?
Yes.
Sometimes they can piss you off more than anyone else in the whole world.
And you can do the same to them.
That's right. Yeah, it's not a one-way street. That's for
No,
sure.
sir. All right.
All right. So take one shot and then take two. How she could probably outdrink you and then dance all night to Waylon Jennings. I really like this girl that I love. We turning early and sleeping late, all day in bed, and that's okay. There's no place else I'd rather be. I really like this girl that I love. Well, she's a fighter and she's a queen. Get on her bad side and you'll see me. She shines like gold on Sunday morning. And she was made for a boy like me, who loves the taste of Tennessee, a little wild and a little free. I really like this girl that I love. She holds it down when I'm on the road, no matter how long I go. When I get home, she's there smiling. I really like this girl that I love. She's a fighter and she's a queen. Get on her bad side and you'll see me. She shines like gold on Sunday morning. And she was made for a boy like me, who loves the taste of Tennessee, a little wild and a little free. I really like this girl that I love. Get a lot, but I can't get enough. And she was made for a boy like me, who'll drink a fifth of Tennessee. When I can barely stand, she still stands by me. And she's a fighter, she's my queen. Get on her bad side and you'll meet me. She shines like diamonds come Monday morning. Really like this girl that I love. I just can't seem to get enough. So take one shot and then take two. How she could probably outdrink you and then dance all night to Waylon Jennings. I really like this girl that I love. Must be sent from up above.
Nice.
Woo! All right.
It's awesome, Dallas. Thank you.
Yeah, that was great. That's on the album that you had. The
Yeah,
new one
that's on
out.
the-
Yeah,
that's on
I
the
recognize
live
that
I
song.
think you said it's out as a single, and then you put it on the other. Is
Yeah.
that right?
No, that was just on the live album.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had
just
one
said-
out as a single first.
in
That
2021.
was, studio. It was about smoking weed with my mom when it became legal.
Nice. Have you ever? No, that's great. You ever hear Toby Keith's song "Weed with Willie"? Look it up. It's freaking hilarious.
Weed with Willie?
Weed with Willie. He talks about
We'll never
smoking
smoke
weed.
weed with
Never
Willie
smoke weed with Willie again.
Okay.
It's such a good tune.
How have I not heard
With him and
this?
his guitar player,
Yeah.
it's amazing. It's so funny just talking about because
Well,
Willie.
'cause wasn't he at the CMTs? Like
Yep.
yeah,
Yep,
and
they did it there,
and
yeah.
Willie smoked
Willie-
a joint with him,
Yeah.
and he was just
They-
destroyed. He couldn't do anything.
They say he's got the best weed out there. He smoked our friend Snoop under the table.
Well,
apparently.
that's the thing. Like, so Snoop is known for it also, and he said that there's only one man in the world who's kind of. He actually said, "Okay, I'm done,
tapping out,
you know?
yeah.
And it was Willie Nelson. And he was 85 years old at the
That's
time, or
wild.
something, right?
He has his own strain too that he.
Yeah, he still doesn't smoke anymore though. Apparently,
no.
no. I mean, he's 90 years old.
Yeah.
He's getting up there for sure. Yeah, but that's
who
just
cares?
kind of funny. You should listen to that tune. It's really good.
Weed, man. Weed.
Yeah. Weed.
No wonder you like the mountains, dude.
Yeah.
The Mountain Dew. Now,
What's your biggest pet peeve?
I think my biggest pet peeve is, like, I don't know what the word to capture it. Authenticity. What would be if you're authentic and you're not?
Yeah.
What is it?
Inauthentic.
inauthentic. Yeah,
Yeah, I don't like
Could be
that.
wrong. Who
I,
cares?
we can make
like,
words
we
up.
need a dictionary.
We don't need that.
Whatever that word is.
Fake.
Yeah, fake. I don't like it in music. I don't like it in people. I try to not also be fake myself. I think that's my biggest pet peeve with anything. And you hear stories in music of this stuff kind of all over the place. So now I've got like a radar going for it. Like, I don't think any deal that can be made with a handshake, I think it should be the same if it's on paper or small print. You know what I mean? Like, whatever that captures, that thing.
There you go.
I don't disagree. I mean, it's being
Well-
authentic is actually an attribute to me. I mean, it's like if you don't like if you could say something and it's you say you're not say you're offending someone in their own way that but you're giving them your point of view and they get offended about your idea. Like, to me, that's like my biggest pet peeve. I don't like when people lie, and I don't like when people are like telling me something to my face and then saying something behind my back, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like the flip of that, like if someone gets mad about your opinion, like, would you rather me tell you a fake opinion? Like,
So you're
you know
gonna
what I mean? Like,
You're gonna get mad at me for lying to you,
Yeah.
but you don't want to hear my opinion.
yeah.
Well, our friends, like if any of my friends, I mean, like you're probably the same way. Dallas is you're not gonna. There's no bullshit when it comes to your friendship. Like, you're not gonna like say something if you're doing something wrong. You would rather me as a friend tell you that,
Absolutely.
you know, as opposed to just fluffing it up a bit. Obviously, if you're feeling down and stuff, I'm gonna raise you up and say some things that'll make you feel better, even if they're not true.
What?
I'm just kidding. No,
Wow.
I'm pretty authentic, so
There you go.
yeah.
He's very authentic.
Okay, ask it, brother.
All right. Yeah, we got time. We always ask this question, Dallas, every show, and I think I know which way it's going to go, but it might be split.
No,
It's not split?
No.
You think he's going 90s?
well, I don't know.
We out like 80s or 90s music is the question.
I'm going to go 90s
See,
because
I knew
of the
that.
country music in the 90s.
There you go. Hey, well, I'm okay with that.
Plus the grunge and Silverchair.
No. With I only heard 90s country. Sorry. That's all I heard.
Yeah, but what about Big Iron, man?
Don't even start. I'm sorry. Anyway.
No, don't be sorry. I was
Okay.
just teasing you.
I know. You got something? Because I got something.
Go, give her.
Your sounding board, your wife, is she your sounding board for most of your music? It sounds like your friend Donnie is as well.
Yeah, Donnie definitely is. Yeah, Sarah is definitely the sounding board. She'll give ideas, she'll give critiques, and she was not a country music fan at all. Like, previous to meeting me, I don't know if she's ever listened to a country song. But now I'll come in the house and like Jamie Johnson's playing. And I'm like,
Nice.
all right.
I've heard of people like that.
Yeah.
Megan's like that. My partner. Too.
I like her anyway.
Yeah, she's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was the same with my my aunt and uncle down in Colorado too. Like, I DJ'd for years, so did my uncle and stuff, and they were never, ever into the country music and stuff. And then all of a sudden he's like, did you hear this song from so and so? I'm like, I'm sorry, who am I speaking with here?
Yeah.
You're asking me about a country song, and they're totally flipped now, right? Like they love it. So yeah,
It'll
I
get
love
you.
it too. I
and
love it
yeah,
too.
it will get you hooked if you get the right songs.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not all about pickup trucks and
Going back to
Yeah, that's
Dallas's pet peeve, country music is very authentic. If you're listening to the right people,
Yep.
you know, like some of that fluffy stuff that we were talking about, you know, like everybody sounding the same, maybe not.
Yeah.
well, that's
However, real artists like Jamie Johnson, Chris Stapleton,
Yep.
like Chris Stapleton, when I saw him live, like the voice on this guy, like
It's unbelievable.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
You could Megan said it best, and this is like her favorite country artist is Chris Stapleton, and I don't blame her. But it's like he could melt butter with that voice.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
There's no butter that's safe around Chris Stapleton.
no, nothing that's a solid that can turn into a liquid. But it's the funny thing is, it's a lot of like I wonder sometimes when you're putting out an album and you have to get 10 songs, right? Okay, Dallas, you've written 8 songs. Now you need to pick 2, right? So
Yeah.
how do you do that? Like you can, like in Nashville, they've got singer-songwriters who write songs for people to yeah, I want to do that one.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering if they go, yeah, you know, that sounds like it would be like the radio AOR guys, whatever they are. That'll be a hit. Take that one. And the guy's like, no, I can't.
I don't like
I
that
can't.
song.
I can't relate to that
Yeah,
song.
exactly.
Like
Yeah.
how am I supposed to sing this song authentically
Yeah.
if I don't relate to it? And I find I think a lot of the stuff that they kind of pushed out there was that was basically this is the songs you're going to do plus your original stuff.
Yeah.
And
And
that's
it's maybe your original stuff.
yeah. Well, that's the thing. Well, we like this song that you just did, that one that you did about the girl and the stuff, but we're going to change it. Why?
Well, because they think they're making hits, and
I
the
know.
problem is the artist is, you know, not desperate to be not famous,
Well-
but desperate to get their music out there and do what they
Yeah.
love, and maybe they make some sacrifices.
Well, I'm sure they did. I'm
But I
sure
think
there was a
for
lot
part
of
of
that.
it too. Like I am open to changing any of my songs. I am not tied to what they are right now because, like, I actually a lot of my songs I hear. I have a different vision for what I can personally capture with like my skill level on the guitar, and like I don't know how to play the fiddle, and I don't know how to play banjo and harmonica and steel, and like all these things that I love the sound of. So I would be open to changing all of it as long as the end product, I'm like, I love that. Not
Yeah.
like, let's change it. Now it sounds like it's going to be a great song on the radio. That path I wouldn't take, but yeah, I'm like to sit, and I've done this a few times, and I just played a show with a fiddle player that was incredible, and it just adds so much that I'm
Yeah.
like, I would change the entire structure of the song so that all I'm doing is playing guitar and you're playing fiddle.
Yeah.
Let's take out all the words. But all kidding aside, like there's so many talented musicians now that I'm starting to come across. I'm like, what do you got? Let me hear what you think, and like let's turn it into something awesome.
Well, that's the thing, and it's good that you're like that. But for the lyrics, I would say, you know what, guys, this is going to probably stay almost the same. You know, because this is the
Yeah.
message I need to get across. I'm not changing the lyrics of this song, but we
Yeah.
can change the tempo, we can change the cadence, we can change this.
I agree, and
You know-
think I heard someone say it. I can't remember what I was listening to, but I heard it brought up. It wasn't that long ago. They were talking about like if you're writing a song and it's very personal and everything, like don't make it a co-write. So if you're writing with other people, then that's when ideas are flowing. How about this lyric? Well, what if we tried this and that and this and that? And I've not done a lot of that. That's actually what I'm going to Nashville for, is to write with professional songwriters.
Nice.
So we'll see how that goes.
So cool.
But I'm not going to go in and be like, okay, I'm writing with all of you. Here's what I want to say, because they're going to be like, well, why don't we try this? Those things that I really want, I'll write those songs by myself, I think.
Well, you're going to go to Nashville and probably get an education. You know, like
I'm-
in some ways. I mean, you're obviously
Absolutely. No,
artistically
I am-
great. It's just that you're going to go there and they're going to just make you better.
That's what I'm most excited for, is like I want to see how they do it, what the process is for people that have done it for so long. And like, I want to be the worst musician in the room for the
Yeah.
rest of my life.
There you go.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. Well, you have the right attitude to do that. So they're going down and saying, like, okay, here I am. You know, write songs with me.
Yeah.
You send Stapleton a DM, maybe he'll.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's right. Do you want
him-
to meet up?
Maybe
Yeah.
call
You have any
up
time?
maybe like Steve Earle and Rodney Crowell and have them come down. And
There we go.
because
Wow.
yeah,
Wouldn't
that's
that be crazy?
would that be nuts?
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, that would be so cool.
That would be amazing.
So do you think that an album's going to come from that trip?
Yeah, that's the plan. So I
Yeah.
just got management recently for music.
Great.
And they're setting it up to go right with these guys in Nashville. And I'm going to go for a week. They figure we'll probably write, I don't know the pace, but they figure we'll probably write 20 or 30 songs in a week, which almost blew my mind.
Wow.
And we'll look to pick like the best 6 or 8 out of the collection of everything, my songs, those songs. And again, like I'm saying, like I just want to pick the best song that I like, that is still authentic. But like if it's not the ones I currently have written, I'm okay with that. Like I feel like I was saying before, there's some songs I write and I'm like, yeah, let's just ditch that one now that we got another one to play in its place. So I think there's going to be an album that comes out of that.
Awesome.
And next year should be a lot of fun.
Can't wait.
Cool. And if you could record it down there, they've got a lot of talented musicians down there as well.
I think that's
right?
the plan. We're going to record between there and Calgary.
Nice.
Yeah.
Because they've got, I know there's a lot of session musicians that's all they do. And I know a lot of names. It's like, oh my God, they played on this, they played here, they played here. And that would be exciting for me just to be, oh my God, that's so-and-so. You know what I mean? He's played with Vince Gill. He's played with this, it's it's like.
Well, I didn't ask too. I'm like, can we reach out and find out if Dave Cobb is available to produce it?
Nice.
Wow. I don't know what that means, but let's put it out there to the universe.
Yeah, it's out there.
Hey,
man.
you don't ask.
He's a producer.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I mean, why wouldn't he?
Get him produced.
Go down with your list, man. Say, hey, like this, any of these guys available? Give him a call.
He was basically the list. Other than that, I'm like,
yeah.
Well, I mean, if that's what you want, then that's good on you.
Yeah. Thanks, Dallas. Thanks so much for your time today.
Thanks
we
for
look
having me.
forward to that when that album comes out. I'm sure it's gonna be killer, man. It's gonna be so exciting.
I'm excited.
I'm looking forward to seeing
next
stuff on
stage.
Instagram.
Yeah, exactly. The next stage of your life, really. I mean, maybe from this you move Sarah and the family, and you go back to Alberta.
Back out west.
Alberta bound.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Thanks again, Dallas.
Thanks so much.